Richard of York, born on September 21, 1411, was a significant figure in English history and a key player in the Wars of the Roses. As the third Duke of York, Richard was not only a powerful nobleman but also a claimant to the English throne through his descent from Edward III. His birth marked the emergence of a figure whose actions would shape the tumultuous political landscape of 15th century England. Richard's lineage was impressive. He was the son of Richard of Conisbrough, 3rd Earl of Cambridge, and Anne Mortimer, who both had strong claims to the throne. Anne was the great-granddaughter of Lionel of Antwerp, Duke of Clarence, the second surviving son of Edward III, which gave Richard a legitimate claim to the English throne. His father, however, was executed for treason in 1415 due to his involvement in the Southampton plot, a failed conspiracy against Henry V. Despite this, young Richard's fortunes were restored when his uncle, Edmund of Langley, Duke of York, died in 1415, leaving Richard as his heir. Richard's early life was marked by loyalty to the Lancastrian kings. He fought in France during the later stages of the 100 Years' War, serving under Henry VI. However, as England's fortunes in France began to decline, so did Richard's loyalty to the weak and indecisive king. Henry VI's mental instability and poor governance created a power vacuum, and Richard, by virtue of his noble status and claim to the throne, became an alternative figure of authority. In 1445, Richard was appointed as the Lieutenant of France, but his tenure was marked by financial and military difficulties, largely due to the declining English control over its French territories. Despite these setbacks, Richard's reputation as a capable military leader grew. Upon his return to England in the late 1440s, he became increasingly involved in domestic politics, particularly as the country descended into civil strife. The critical turning point in Richard's career came in the 1450s. By this time, Henry VI's mental health had deteriorated, and Richard was appointed as Lord Protector of England during the King's periods of incapacity. As Protector, Richard attempted to reform the government, limit the influence of Henry's unpopular Queen, Margaret of Anjou, and curtail the power of court favourites like the Duke of Somerset. These actions earned him both support and opposition, with Margaret of Anjou emerging as his most formidable rival. Richard's claim to the throne became more pronounced in the 1450s as political tensions in England escalated. The Wars of the Roses, a series of dynastic conflicts between the rival houses of Lancaster and York, broke out in 1455. Richard, representing the House of York, sought to depose the Lancastrian king, Henry VI, and assert his own claim to the throne. The wars would continue for decades, marked by shifting alliances and bloody battles. Richard of York's ambitions were ultimately cut short in 1460 when he was killed at the Battle of Wakefield. However, his legacy endured through his son, Edward IV, who would go on to become one of England's most successful kings. Richard's life and death symbolize the complexities of loyalty, ambition, and power in 15th century England, setting the stage for the eventual Yorkist victory in the Wars of the Roses. Thanks for listening. Like and comment. And please subscribe, as that will help us get more videos out to those interested in the Middle Ages. See you next time on Medieval Chronicles 1066. Stay curious.